It's a good drink. Yeah, it seems. See, I don't believe anything from that show. Like, I actually went on there like, yo, I'll take Wing's spot. I'm a fucking drama mongering dickhead. Oh, and they were like, oh, we got to split it 2 ways. Listen, motherfucker, let me tell you something, Keemstar. Look at me. Look at me right now. First off, I was gonna do the other show, and you know that. Secondly, I would make you money on there. People tell me, oh, Rich, you're all about drama. Yes, I am. If I know how the show works, that I would do. Not only would I do that and fucking kill it, period. That's not an assumption. This isn't even me trying to beg. It's just a fact. I would fucking blow up the main lolcow show. Facts.
Welcome back to another dive into the sad and depraved downfall that is Rich from ReviewTechUSA's end days here on the YouTube platform. Today he is once again ranting and raving for hours on end on his stream, all about the lolcow live debacle, the conspiracies around it, and of course, as always, Rich tries to get political on us and just bores us to tears. So let's jump right into it.
You know, I made like some sarcastic jokes, like, you know, I genuinely hope nothing happens to Elon. It's kind of the same shit I did when the United Healthcare CEO and everyone got pissed off of me, and then fucking duty streams never came back because they were drinking buddies or whatever. They're like, oh, you're condoning violence, and I'm like, I ain't condoning violence. Hindsight being 2020, I probably wouldn't have posted the tweet. It was in poor taste, I will admit it. But I'll say this, if a bus were to hit Elon Musk, I don't want a bus to, but if it were, oh no.
So for a little bit of context for those who might not be following Rich on social media, which is probably most of us, if not all of us, is that apparently at some point recently on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Rich was making some, quote, jokes, as he calls them, saying that he wishes Elon Musk would die. He wished harm would come upon him. In Minecraft, of course. He would say a bunch of other unscrupulous things online as well too, which are never a good look regardless if you're somebody like Rich who has millions of eyes on him at any given moment. Hindsight truly is a blessing for most of us, but when we're saying absolutely insane things like Rich does online, hindsight's not really that helpful, because, you know, if you would have took the moment, maybe even two, to really critically think about what you were saying on Twitter, you likely wouldn't have posted it in the first place. Anyways, let's continue.
Here's what would happen if Trump got, or if Elon got. It would just cause instability throughout the country. We would be in another civil war.
Jay wanted to replace you with Jaffe and now wants you back. Is it true?
Both aren't true. He doesn't want me back, and it wasn't Jay. And I have sources that confirm that it wasn't. So what pisses me off about people, and I know it's someone, she used to be a follower of mine. The irony is she's from the UK, where they actually have a universal healthcare system. I got into a pissing match as a person who has a friend, and I'll get to all the super chats in a second. I don't want anyone to think I miss them. I have friends that work for the Fed, and what's funny is that this person worked with people that also work for the Feds that were very, very MAGA. And they told this person, we're rubbing it in this person's face, go fuck yourself. You're just mad that Trump won. They're the ones that lost their jobs, and this person's still employed.
I'm very dubious about this story that Rich has just shared. Seems like it's something that could possibly be true, but was it really his friend or a story he got from a New York Times article? I don't know, Rich. I'm not quite sure, but I definitely bet my money on the article. I'm not really going to get too deep into any political talk, as I really don't think that's my place here on YouTube, and it's definitely not where my expertise lie. But where my expertise and experience do lie is in poking and prodding lolcows just like Rich here. Some would say, and arguably so, that Rich has been a lolcow in the making for quite a long time, but I'd say not until recent times has he actually become a full-blown lolcow, damn near on the verge of becoming a horror cow. He's already on the same level as Wings and Boogie, and he's quickly on his way of becoming even worse. If you don't believe me, just continue watching this video.
I'm so fucking sick of people, on the left too, that treat politics like it's NFL football. Like, it's not entertainment. This affects people's lives, and it ruins people's lives. And It ends people's lives. Close to 50,000, probably more now, people die in the States because they don't have adequate health care. And you know what they're doing? They're cutting back on Medicare. You know how dangerous that is? You know how many people I know who were on the brink of things because of mental health issues, that telehealth literally saved their lives? There's people that just can't get to the doctor all the time, that live in a rural area. Maybe they're elderly and they're not very mobile. And now they're not going to have telehealth covered? Just because you don't pick up a gun and aim it at somebody doesn't mean you're not a murderer.
Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day, and even though we're here to meme and laugh and point at good old Richie here, he does make a decent point there. I mean, some of these things are incredibly important for people to have at their disposal, and not having the option to do so is incredibly dangerous. But that's about as far as I'll go on all of that. Rich is an interesting character. When he talks about things that are outside of YouTube drama and or tech-related things, it's just really hard to pay attention, and it's just so clear that he has a very surface-level understanding of what's actually happening, no matter if he's actually right or wrong. In this next clip that's gonna come up, he's gonna be a little bit of bipolar here with his thoughts. He's gonna jump from one to another, but it still relatively stays around the same political realm.
What the thing that bothers me too about the partisan bullshit, Bernie Sanders got in 2020 and I voted for him. I'm going to expand Medicare. It's going to be Medicare for all. Every American's going to be covered. And then he got in office. He said, fuck Medicare for all. We're actually going to cut back on Medicare. I would be like, Bernie, he's a lying piece of shit. I don't care. I voted for him. I'm going to put him to task because he's a lying motherfucker. Like, why can't people do that? Like, what, you're so up your own ass that you can't be like, oh, wow, this guy's fucking me over. Like, I'm seeing people that, like, who voted for Trump are like, oh, wow, he's good with Medicare. Yeah, he's good with Medicare. I know what he promised, but there were already murmurs that he was going to do this. No, nothing's going on with Lil Cal. Nothing. I'm gonna go on Tech Talk for a bit tonight. Remember when they put that executive order in? I put up a mean tweet, and look, man, it was in bad taste. It was about Elon Musk. It was like a reverse psychology tweet. I took it down. I own it. It was me being a dick. But you know what's funny is that on the other side of things, remember when Nancy Pelosi's husband got assaulted? Like everyone was laughing at it.
I never really understand it when streamers and or YouTubers who are not primarily popular and or known for political takes and or views. It blows my mind when those people then try to give political takes, opinions, etc. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, you know, at the end of the day, free country, share your opinion, but it almost always ends up in this weird split in your audience where one side hates you because you didn't vote for their candidate or whatever. And Rich isn't entirely wrong. Like, yeah, people are like, this is my side, doesn't matter who our candidate is, this is just my side. That's just how politics are in America. It's very unfortunate. But to see YouTubers like Rich get so worked up about it and make themselves look like such an ass on stream, I think it's just doing the opposite of what they're hoping to do. I don't really think it's getting people to change their mind or ideology. I think what it's really doing is just having them laugh at you more and more because you just look so stupid. Because at the end of the day, you're saying very common sense, surface level things that most of us learn from our parents who actually care about us.
You know, and then there's things that people say I'm right wing about. Like, yeah, I think if a transgender woman, I'm going to say, here we go. I don't think they should be in female sports. I don't. I said what I said. So the left hates me too because I don't play the partisan shit. Keem confessed that Jay wanted dude, I have very, very, very reliable sources that I've known before any of the Lol Cow universe was even a thought. If Trump got popped, this country would be in chaos that you would not want to see. I would like there not to be any violence, and I'm not just saying that to cover my own ass. I hope it doesn't, we are backs are against the wall and it gets to that point. I genuinely don't. But if Trump's life was ended that day, there is a very decent probability we would be in a civil war.
I love how Rich is genuinely saying like the most common talking points I hear on the news whenever I happen to walk by a television that has it playing. These are usually the points of contention that they're talking about. So Rich acting like he's so controversial, he's a crazy guy for saying the obvious, then goddamn, I guess Rich really is truly a political scholar. Rich seems extremely confident in his apparently good info that Jay had nothing to do with his removal from Tech Talk on the LolCow network. Now, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see how that continues to develop. As of right now, Rich seems very dedicated to his friend. He almost lost him in the first place, so Rich is holding him close. It's definitely interesting hearing somebody like Rich from ReviewTechUSA, who doesn't review tech from USA, which is weird, giving political analysis on what would have happened if Trump got popped, as he put it. And honestly, I have no idea what would have happened. And luckily, none of us live in that timeline. But with that said, it would probably be a lot more beneficial for you, Rich, to stop talking about these types of topics and throwing threats out to people like Elon Musk. That'll probably help you out a bit. Might not get you deleted or yeeted from those platforms. We don't need to speed run this crash out any quicker than you already are, Rich.
Oh, meet your ass, world.
I'm a size queen. I'm a size queen. I'm a size queen. I like big dicks. I like big dicks.
Why am I not on LolCow? I got fired. And for anyone who is thinking that it was a joke, I lost my editing privileges, so it's real. But you will come out on top? I believe so. I believe I will. Nipple, 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 nipple.
And with that, we're gonna bring this one to a close. I know this is much shorter than my typical video on RTU, but this one was just so boring. There was only so much to go over. He repeats himself a ton, just like our boy Cyrax, and I have other things to do with my life rather than sit here watching this human white chocolate milk dud spew garbage from his mouth. As always, would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Definitely give me your opinion in anything that you think I should cover from the RTU universe. Be sure to slap that like button if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon.